And so it may be difficult to see what reason a deity might have for a relatively useless appendix, which in some persons shall lead directly to their death. Yet, as you have just seen in the first video, this is not necessarily some sort of ethical culpability in God for this suboptimal design. But if my interpretation of Christianity is correct, it is not suboptimal design at all. It's not suboptimal design. We should not look at the system itself in isolation from its surrounding environment. Our digestive system is part of our body, and our body is in turn part of God's economy. So God's original economy included insurance against So if God's original economy included insurance against chronic appendicitis, then the system as a whole is optimal. That is, there's nothing wrong with the system. What would be wrong with the system was dying from chronic appendicitis, but we don't die from chronic appendicitis, so that is not a flaw in the system if it is not present in the system. So in God's original economy, if included was insurance against chronic appendicitis, then the system as a whole would be optimal. I mean, not just the digestive system, but the whole system of God's creation, as it originally was, according to the Christian view of things. We are in a different economy now, according to my own view, because we freely chose to leave God's original economy. This was our choice, and it was against God's will. And what is more, who's to say that God did not have a very good reason, which we do not currently perceive, for creating us with the appendices such as we have? We cannot say, therefore, that such things as a human appendix are necessarily suboptimal in design. They could have some great purpose that we are unaware of. Similar considerations cover UD2, or a bad design, as well. If we assume there is a God and that he is both good and omnipotent, then a apparent bad design is just that, apparent. It's not actual. It's only apparent but not real. I am now ready to conclude. So the design argument, or the teleological argument, might be laid out as follows. 1. If there is intentional design in the universe, then God exists. 2. There is intentional design in the universe. And the conclusion, number 3, therefore, God exists. This formulation of the teleological argument is valid. Suppose the first premise is beyond question. To reject the conclusion, premise 2 must therefore be rejected. But the main way to deny premise 2 is by appeal to UD, traditionally speaking. We now see why this appeal fails, the appeal to UD, to reject premise 2. In other words, if there is intelligent design in the world that in no way mitigates the prior presence, in other words, if there is unintelligent design in the world that in no way mitigates the prior presence of intentional design. Shalom.